Trevor Belmont, of the House of Belmont, and dying has never frightened me.
Trevor Belmont is a pivotal character in the Castlevania series, revered for his role as the first to defeat Count Dracula. Originating from the 1989 game Castlevania III, Dracula's Curse, he represents the Belmont clan, a lineage of vampire hunters shunned by society for their supernatural power. This notoriety led to the clan's exile and the destruction of their properties, ultimately leaving Trevor to fend for himself. Throughout the series, Trevor appears in various forms, from a supporting character in Castlevania Curse of Darkness to cameos and alternate continuities. His narrative extends to the Netflix animated series, where he is the main protagonist. This adaptation, voiced by Richard Armitage, showcases Trevor as the last Belmont, battling against Dracula's dark forces and dealing with social rejection and his family legacy. His journey is marked by alliances, notably with Sypha Belnades and Alucard, and a deep commitment to protecting humanity from supernatural threats. Before we begin, I have a small request for you. If you enjoy my content, I invite you to join our community by simply clicking to subscribe to the channel. Your action, though small, propels these videos. I deeply appreciate your support. And now, it's time to begin. In 1476, Trevor Belmont encountered a hostile villager accusing his family of black magic. After a confrontation, he fled to Gresit, a city yet untouched by Dracula's army. There, he heard tales of a sleeping soldier and rescued an elder man mistreated by priests. This led him to the Speakers, scholars persecuted by the church. Tasked with finding the elder's granddaughter in the catacombs, Trevor encountered supernatural phenomena and a stone-turning cyclops. Upon defeating it, Trevor freed Sypha from her petrification. Despite skepticism about the sleeping soldier myth, Trevor and Sypha returned to the elder. A bishop, intending to execute the Speakers, confronted Trevor, offering him freedom in exchange for leaving Gresit. Trevor warned the Speakers of this danger. Resolute in their decision to stay, they hid in the catacombs. Facing an angry mob and the church's wrath alone, Trevor's battle escalated until Sypha's magical intervention. He then revealed the clergy's complicity in the monster attacks, inciting the mob against them. Leading the villagers against Dracula's forces, they successfully repelled the attack, but a subsequent collapse sent Trevor and Sypha deeper into the catacombs, further entangling them in the city's mysteries and the fight against Dracula. Trevor Belmont and Sypha's journey in the catacombs leads them to a mysterious coffin. They awaken the occupant, a vampire initially mistaken for Dracula. This leads to a tense battle in which Trevor attacks the vampire, but is overpowered. The vampire, revealing himself as Alucard, spares Trevor, explaining his prophesied role in defeating Dracula alongside a hunter and a scholar. United, the trio plans to stop Dracula, focusing on immobilizing his teleporting castle. For this, they venture to the Belmont estate, where the ancestral knowledge and artifacts of the Belmont family lie. Here, they discover a hidden vault filled with magical and historical artifacts, including the formidable Morning Star Whip. The vault, a testament to the family's legacy, also reveals their involvement in magical practices and the Belmont family's genocide of vampires, a detail that disturbs Alucard, given his vampiric lineage. Despite this, they discover an incomplete spell that could fix Dracula's castle in place. Sypha, using her magical prowess, sets out to complete it. Their plans are disrupted by an onslaught of night creatures. Trevor, armed with the Morning Star and a wealth of weapons, valiantly defends the vault while Sypha and Alucard work on the spell. Their efforts culminate in successfully anchoring Dracula's castle above the Belmont estate. In the final battle inside the castle, the trio confronts Dracula. Trevor's attacks with the Morning Star wound but do not defeat Dracula, leading to an intense duel between Alucard and his father. The emotional weight of the battle reaches its peak in Alucard's childhood room, where Dracula, faced with the memories of his son, falters and lets himself be defeated, finally being overcome through a combined effort. In the aftermath of the battle, Trevor, recognizing Alucard's deep connection to the Belmont legacy, entrusts him with the stewardship of the estate. Sypha, seeing a greater purpose for them, persuades Trevor to continue their fight against evil. They leave the estate to confront the remnants of Dracula's army, beginning a new chapter in their quest to protect the world from darkness. Trevor Belmont's adventures in Season 3 of the Castlevania animated series primarily revolve around the chaos following Dracula's death. Trevor and Sypha travel the countryside, spending months pursuing the remaining night creatures of Dracula, with the Forge Masters temporarily sidelined. Their journey leads them to Lindenfeld, where they ally with the town's judge. The season highlights Trevor's willingness to align with Sypha's vision, despite his longing for simpler pleasures such as beer. During a solitary walk, Trevor reflects on how he has relinquished control to Sypha, a significant change from his lonely past. There, they meet Saint Germain, a scholar and former noble advisor, who secretly is an alchemist searching for the infinite corridor in order to find his lost love. He is intrigued by the town's priory, run by monks who strangely justify Dracula's reign. Initially, Saint Germain thought the priory led to the infinite corridor, but soon discovers they are holding a night creature captive. Trevor, Sypha, and Saint Germain uncover the monk's sinister plan to open a portal to hell and bring back Dracula. Trevor confides in Sypha about Saint Germain's desperation for companionship, mirroring his own past struggles. The group, along with the judge, confronts the monks and prevents Dracula's resurrection. In the heat of battle, Saint Germain sacrifices himself in the infinite corridor to end the threat. However, they soon discover that the judge, a seemingly benevolent leader, harbored dark secrets, including child murders. As they leave the devastated Lindenfeld, Trevor and Sypha reflect on their journey and future. In Season 4, Trevor and Sypha, now experienced monster hunters, face various foes, including night creatures, skeleton knights, warlocks, rogue vampires, and humans aligned with death. The constant battles strain their spirits and relationship. They return to Targovishte, Dracula's initial stronghold, and face more challenges there. Trevor discovers a magical dagger that will be crucial later on. They also meet Zamfir, who helps them understand the state of the city. They learn about an underground court in Targovishte and soon face a vampire named Varney and another named Ratko. Zamfir sacrifices herself in the battle against Ratko. Trevor and Sypha then face Varney in Dracula's castle, where they reunite with Alucard. The trio fights Dracula's cult, with Trevor displaying exceptional combat skills. Varney reveals himself as Death, having manipulated Saint Germain to resurrect Dracula in order to obtain immense power. Saint Germain, realizing his manipulation, aids Trevor against Death. Trevor faces Death using the Morning Star Whip and the reassembled magical dagger he had found in Targovishte, and after an epic battle, Trevor apparently sacrifices himself in the process. 2 weeks later, Alucard and Greta, envisioning the castle as a refuge, join a pregnant Sypha. They plan to name their new village Belmont, and surprisingly, Trevor returns, having survived the battle against Death, thanks to Saint Germain's intervention. He explains the role of the dagger in his survival, marking a new beginning for them in Targovishte. Appearance: Trevor Belmont is a striking figure. He is tall and robust with fair skin. His short dark brown hair contrasts strongly with his penetrating blue eyes. A prominent scar is etched over his right eye, lending a rugged aspect to his visage, complemented by the faint shadow of a beard. His attire is a testament to his heritage and lifestyle. A long sheep's wool coat envelops him, under which he wears a black and gray uniform, accentuated with yellow details and adorned with the emblematic Belmont symbol. Personality: the last scion of the Belmont clan, renowned for their monster hunting prowess, Trevor bears the weight of his family's legacy. The church's excommunication and banishment from their ancestral lands, likely due to the Belmonts' conflicting knowledge and power, have left an indelible mark on him. When first encountered, Trevor sharply diverts from his noble lineage and game counterpart. He is a sarcastic, indifferent drunk, lacking ambition, seeking only life's basic pleasures. Yet, in his cynicism and disillusionment, Trevor mirrors Dracula, both victims of the church's wrongful persecution. Their parallel outlooks are evident in their similar condemnations of Wallachnia's citizenry's passive complicity in injustice. Trevor's disdain is so profound that he coldly disregards the victims of the chaos around him. However, unlike the vengeful Dracula, Trevor's response to his disillusionment is a blend of cynicism, bluntness, and apathy. This outlook stems from a deep-seated resentment towards humanity and a perceived loss of purpose, leading him to a nomadic life of self-preservation and indifference to others' suffering. Sypha notes his pervasive gloom, often beyond his own awareness, yet he retains a sharp, biting wit, even in dire situations. Despite his apparent moral bankruptcy, Trevor's core as a protector remains intact. He still harbors a soft spot for the wronged, as seen when he defends the elder from murderous priests. His involvement in Gresit's defense against the church's prosecution, particularly in protecting the speakers, reveals his acute awareness of persecution dangers and a rekindling of his familial duty to protect. Trevor's bravery is exceptional. He willingly plunges into perilous situations that others would shy away from. His calm, analytical demeanor enables him to act rationally and instinctively, even under pressure. However, his emotional responses can sometimes override his judgment, leading to impulsive and aggressive actions. In his interactions with vampires, Trevor initially displays quick judgment and intolerance, as seen in his initial encounter with Alucard. Their relationship, starting as adversarial, gradually evolves into grudging respect and eventually into a tough brotherly bond. Despite their differences, Alucard comes to respect Trevor's practicality, bravery, and unexpected selflessness. Trevor's bond with Sypha deepens during their shared struggles. After defeating Dracula, Sypha's desire for him to join her in further adventures aligns with his renewed sense of purpose. Trevor, acknowledging the truth in her words, finds companionship and a renewed sense of life with her. Their relationship, evolving from camaraderie to intimacy, becomes a pillar of strength and mutual support, even as Trevor navigates the nuances of being in a relationship. What are the powers and abilities of Trevor Belmont? Trevor Belmont stands out as an extraordinary warrior, with elite physical fitness and cat-like reflexes. He has demonstrated this prowess in various situations, from effortlessly winning a bar fight against 4 adversaries while heavily intoxicated, to single-handedly defeating hordes of monsters with mere sticks. His combat skills shine even more when he's sober, making him a formidable opponent for all but the most powerful monsters. His feats include annihilating multiple vampire generals and soldiers during a raid on Dracula's castle, and surviving a direct confrontation with Dracula. Trevor's expertise in hand-to-hand combat is exceptional. He can defend himself against monstrous beings with or without weapons. A notable example occurred in the Belmont's vault, where, unarmed, he defeated a group of monsters alone. During an encounter with a group of night creatures, Trevor relied on his bare hands to defeat a wolf creature, demonstrating his skill and strength. In Lindenfeld, he effortlessly outmatched 2 well-trained priory men, displaying advanced combat techniques and knowledge of pressure points. Trevor exhibits remarkable endurance and resilience for a human. He has withstood attacks from demons, survived falls from great heights, and recovered from being hurled against a staircase by a massive minotaur. Notably, he recuperated from a gut punch delivered by Dracula, who is capable of killing a man with a single blow. This talented character is also a master of his family's whip and short sword, demonstrating extreme skill and precision. His swordsmanship is on par with Alucard, a master swordsman. He is also skilled with other weapons, such as spears and axes, and even beheaded Dracula with a longsword. With his Morning Star whip, Trevor can dispatch most enemies with a single explosive hit, a skill that has only improved with time and experience. As the last of the Belmont lineage, Trevor also has a profound knowledge of monsters and the supernatural. His experience is evident in his strategic use of salt on weapons, and the consecration of his family whip to combat demons. His understanding of the Cyclops was crucial in saving Sypha Belnades' life. Trevor's experiences, coupled with his excommunication from the church, have honed his understanding of mob mentality and its dangers. He has learned to navigate and counteract the threats posed by his fellow citizens, using his insight to protect the idealistic speakers from both the church and the mob. His skepticism towards fantastical beliefs, shaped by his experiences, sometimes leads him to dismiss certain stories, like the Sleeping Warrior. In the battle for Gresit, Trevor showed his skills as a commander and tactician. He quickly organized a defense against the Night Horde, leveraging the unique abilities of his allies, including Sypha, a priest, and a group of peasants. His tactical acumen is also evident in his knowledge of historical military strategies, such as the use of fecal matter on weapons to infect wounds. With all this in mind, we can appreciate the character of Trevor Belmont, the last of his esteemed lineage, who embodies a complex tapestry of attributes that transcend the traditional hero archetype. While his external demeanor often reflects the hardships and cynicism born from a life of exile and misunderstanding, at his core, Trevor is a protector, a warrior with an unyielding spirit and a profound sense of duty. His journey from a disillusioned, solitary figure to a leader and tactician who finds renewed purpose alongside allies like Sypha and Alucard speaks volumes of his character development. Trevor's arsenal of skills, from his unmatched combat prowess and weapon mastery to his deep knowledge of the supernatural, makes him a formidable force against the nightmarish creatures that plague Wallachia. His resilience and ability to endure and recover from the most brutal of encounters are a testament to his extraordinary fortitude. What truly sets Trevor apart, however, is his keen intellect and tactical acumen, as well as his unwavering commitment to fighting the darkness, regardless of the personal cost. His journey is one of redemption, not just for himself, but for the legacy of the Belmont family. In the face of overwhelming odds, Trevor Belmont stands as a beacon of hope and resilience, a warrior bound by honor and duty, dedicated to safeguarding humanity from the shadows that seek to engulf it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest content. We love hearing from our viewers, so please leave a comment and share your ideas for future videos. Thanks for your support, and we can't wait to see you again in our next video.